November 12th, 2010. I spoke with the president of OPEIU, Michael Goodwin, who gave me a brief summary as to what happened. In a nutshell, Patt Gibbs and Joan Craft could not get along. Okay? Patt Gibbs was an employee of HNA. Joan Craft is an elected official of HNA. She is the president, and they just could not get along. Joan Craft made the decision, along with the board of directors, to terminate Patt Gibbs' contract prematurely. Patt Gibbs was an attorney with an extensive background in labor relations law. Several days later, Joan Craft decided to fire Susan French and Jeff Bott. They were also labor relations attorneys with extensive background in labor relations law. They were hired at HNA as labor relations specialists. Okay? Now, the president of OPEIU assessed the situation and determined that the board of directors and Joan Craft had no just cause to fire these three people. In fact, he had Joan agree to reinstate these three people and erase the termination from their employment record. However, these three people really don't want to work under this person's, Joan Craft's, rule, so they will gracefully resign. Okay? However, they will all be given a settlement. Okay? This settlement is going to cost HNA over $200,000. Now, let me remind you, Joan Craft and the board of directors made a decision that was unfair, unjust, okay, and possibly illegal. They decided to do something that cost the union over $200,000, okay, for no reason at all. $200,000 of union funds. So let me repeat that. Michael Goodwin found no just cause in the firing of these three people, and he felt that there was an error in judgment on the part of Joan Craft and the board of directors at the Hawaii Nurses Association. What's more important, other than money, is that the members now do not have representation by qualified people. Remember that these three people that were fired, that were terminated by Joan Craft and the board of directors, had extensive labor law experience. Michael Goodwin found no just cause in the firing of these three people. Members now do not have representation by qualified people. Very lucky to have had them working for us, but because of her decisions, her poor decisions and her mismanagement, she failed the members as a leader. I would like to remind you that as union members, you have rights. The number one right that you have is representation. And Ms. Craft and the rest of the board of directors violated your rights. It's the principle that they made a decision, a negligent decision, to violate your member rights. Under the Labor Management Reporting and Disclosure Act, the union officers also have responsibilities. Now, if you need more information, you can go to olms.dol.gov. There you will find a list of your member rights and a list of union officer responsibilities. Joan Craft and the board of directors made a huge mistake. A mistake that cost our union thousands of dollars. In fact, they could have led us into bankruptcy, but because OPEIU was able to stop further litigation by Patt Gibbs, Jeff Bott, and Susan French, he was able to save our union and their union lots and lots of money, and maybe even from filing bankruptcy. So the least that Joan can do, and all the other board of directors, is provide an apology to the members. From that point, the members need to keep HNA accountable for their decisions and how they spend our money. We need to know that HNA works for the members. You need to tell them how you feel and what they need to do for you. So please, get involved. Ask questions. Make those phone calls. Send those emails. You have a right, and you need to take action now.